Wagyu venison burgers. Okay, you may ask, how is it going to be a Wagyu venison burger? How are you going to make that happen? I'll tell you how. Boom. Got some fat from the butcher off of Wagyu beef. We're going to chunk it up. We just got done processing our own deer, and we're going to mix that venison meat, which, by the way, I had ice aged. If you don't know about ice aging, it's a technique where you just layer ice in a cooler and you keep on draining the blood out of the meat. And what that does, it takes a lot of the gaminess out. I don't know, there's arguments. Some people believe in it, some people don't. I actually don't like it with my tenderloins or my back straps, but for burger, this is the way to go. So, ice-aged Wagyu venison burger. I'm going to show you. All right, we've got our deer cubed up from the hindquarters, the front quarters, and the neck meat, and we're going to get a nice ratio going with this here beef fat. All right, so we've got some pretty big chunks of fat here. We're just going to get them cubed up a little bit more, and that way it'll be easier to mix into the mixture, and I'll show you kind of my ratio. Sometimes you can get this fat for free from places, I don't know about Wagyu, but, you just got to call around and check with your butchers and ask them if you can get the beef fat. Other things I've done, I've actually bought like a brisket, big fat brisket, and then just taken the fat cap right off and then use that. I'm going to show you guys kind of the ratio. I just eyeball it, but you can kind of see, gives you an idea of my meat to fat ratio. Again, eyeball it and then just kind of see how it turns out once it goes through the grinder. So I just got this grinder from Cabela's. You see I have it on the coarser disc plate or whatever those are called. And pretty basic little grinder. I think it was like $100 or something. And yeah, this is going to be the process. You just mix in the meat and the fat right in and run it through. I'm going to run it through twice. I'm going to change out once I run all this through this guy. There's a smaller plate, and I'll run it through that afterwards. And I have my vacuum sealing bags ready to go, my vacuum sealer, and I'll show you guys that too. All right, let's get this party started. Pick it up a notch. Okay. Look at all this burger. Man, that's good enough as is right there. Shut this guy off. Okay, I think we did the right amount of fat to meat ratio. Again, you can kind of see the nice marbling, whatever you want to call it. It just looks like the right mix. So it's a little coarse. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace this head, if you will. I'm not sure what these are even called, but I'm going to go with a finer one of these. So I'm going to see if by grinding it a little finer, the patties will stick together better. I don't know if that's going to be the case or not, but we're going to try it. So, you see, disconnect this, pop that right out. Okay, that's the old one. We're just going to pop this one in. Okay, the new one. Top, screw it back on. Okay. Put that back in, lock her down, put her up, A lot finer of a grind. You can see it already, which I love. These burgers are going to be dynamite. Wagyu fat mixed into ice-aged venison. Oh. All right, I want to stop here a second and show you guys the difference between the first run through this guy, okay, and the second run through that smaller one. You can see the difference. It's tremendous. Now, if you like a chunkier burger like that, okay, but I think I'm gonna like this way better. And the reason is, I noticed with, I've done it this way. I've actually ran it through twice, and it just didn't stick together that well. But this, I can tell already. I'm making a patty like that. Look at that. That's a really good looking burger. Okay, we just made ourselves a bunch of burger from that. Look at that yield. My goodness, look at all that ground venison Wagyu. I gotta make something. I gotta go in. I gotta make one. How do you not have a fresh burger right after you grind it? Gotta go for it. Look at that. See, that's a lot better. They don't fall apart. Make it nice and thin. Butter kind of going. And drop her in. Flatten it out a little bit. That is looking good. Need to hit it with some seasoning. Hit it with a little seasoning. Okay. All right, time to flip. Oh, yes. Yes, sir. They're looking good. Good. A little bit more of that Tony Cashiers on there. All right. Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Oh. Oh, I got a winner. I have got a winner. Oh, listen. Oh, I got a winner here. The combination of that ice aging with the Wagyu fat, beef fat. Oh, the combination of ice aging and Wagyu beef fat and the mix that I did, I mean, I kind of eyeballed it. This is the best venison burger I have ever had. Hands down. You can't even tell this is venison. Sometimes you can. It's so good. I nailed it. This mix. I nailed it. All right, it's now time to use the FoodSaver. So the first step is you put this underneath here, get your burger sized to about what you want, and then you cut it. Okay, take that, take this part, put it in the bottom here, lock it. Once your bag's locked into place like that, it's on dry, and you just hit seal. You let that go till the light goes off. You unlock it, pop it up, and you have a nice seal right there, as you can see. All right, so then you've got your bag just like that. The bottom's sealed. Okay, and you're taking your meat and you're just loading it up. Okay, I like to flatten it out the best I can. Make sure there's no food around where the seal's gonna be. You just lay it right here. There's a seal. You can see where the seal will heat. Lay it right in there like that. Shut it. Lock it. On this one, you go moist, vacuum seal. So it sucked all the air out, and now it's sealing. You gotta wait for it to stop seal. Once that light goes off, unlock it, and there you have it. A nice pack of meat ready to go, sealed up, ready to be frozen. And from there, you take your trusty Sharpie. Okay, we're gonna write Wagyu venison burger. And there you have it, Wagyu venison burger, November 2024. All sealed up, ready to get into the freezer. And my back straps and tenderloins are next. And again, you can see that ice aging, what it does to the meat. It kind of gives it a little bit different color, but it does take some of the gaminess out from what I've experienced. All right, so ice aged Wagyu venison burger. Again, ice aging, fairly simple. You know, you just layer your meat with ice, let it sit for a few days. You can do 3 to 7 days, people have done, and you just drain that water out as it goes, and it just gives it a little bit better taste, in my opinion. Make sure you follow me, subscribe, Mascot Zoli on YouTube, Instagram, all that stuff. I do funny videos with Mr. Clean and all these different characters, but I also do adventure videos and helpful things like this. So thanks for watching. All right, till next time.